So if you think about a concussion, it's a violent shaking of the brain inside the cranial cavity. And when that happens, you can have multiple parts of the brain that might be impacted. And therefore you have neurons. We have billions of neurons within the brain. And depends on which ones are stretched that dictates the symptoms. But the hallmark symptoms are usually a headache, blurred vision, dizziness, concentration problems, balance problems. With the ones that are a little more serious, they'll sometimes develop nausea and vomiting, and those are the ones we have to really be careful about. Loss of consciousness. I think it's really important to emphasize that, well, for many years, coaches, parents, athletes focus so much on loss of consciousness as sort of that hallmark that if there wasn't loss of consciousness, then they hadn't sustained a concussion. And less than 10% of all concussions involve loss of consciousness. So it's just important to point that out.
I remember hitting Mike Allstott one time when he was with the Bucks, and he's a big guy. And when I realized that he didn't have the ball and I was going to have to make contact, I'm like, okay, well, I got to thrust my body into him because I know what he is, you know.
We're coming around the bend, you know, we're turning the corner behind the quarterback. And Will Fork was at the other end, so he flat out beat Mike Williams. And he's coming free to the quarterbacks. Quarterback stepped up on him. I got Mo in his weight going this way. I never seen him coming.
And sure enough, when I got going again, I tried to maybe take an extra step, and then obviously the game's going so fast, everybody just kind of caught up on it, sped up on me. And then as I braced myself, there he was right in my face.
And as I lowered my shoulders and my head, we meet and just and the quickest memory to that was me being back in the huddle.
I just ducked, I just buckled in. And it just so happened that he did the exact same thing with his helmet. And when he hit mine, it compressed my neck that much worse. And when you see it on film from the angle of the initial camera, the natural camera, you don't, you're like, okay, you got hit. But then when they flipped it around for me and I saw it afterwards on the other side, I mean, my neck just slinky.
And he just put his helmet right here on me. You know what I mean? Because the quarterback stepped up, he just dropped his helmet and caught me while I was pushing Mo. So I had weight against weight, and it cracked my helmet and everything.
And I remember, you know, little like lights and stars, like, okay, I got my bell rung.
I was out. I got snuck. And it ain't funny now, they said I was sleeping on the job.
Everything went blank, everything.
The media takes everything and makes it bigger. Concussions have always been around. They will always be around. It's just now every news outlet reports on it, everything, all the time. So it becomes a bigger issue. There's no more concussions today than it was 20 years ago.
I don't understand how you can fine a guy X amount of dollars, but that same day you use that same footage for Monday Night Football to highlight the upcoming game. So basically you got double paid off that. Because that same hit that you just denounced this man for and fined him and made him seem like a evil monster in the public eye, you're pubbing not him up, but the game of football and like, this is how it's supposed to be played. This is what you should expect coming up against these two teams. Hard-hitting football. But at the same time, you're telling us to slow down. You're telling us to watch yourself, be careful, things like that. So it's a double standard.
If you want to do something, make sure that the veteran health care is in place, that these guys can get tested early so that maybe you can have a better future.
It's so deep, it really makes you wonder, like, if I had a son, do I really want him to play this game?
You know, now I'm thinking, okay, what's the next move? What's the next move? How do I let people know I'm okay? And so I start trying to move my feet a little bit, controllably. You know, I'm controlling my footwork now, so I'm moving my feet, and you know, I give the thumbs up, and they drill my face mask off, and they prop me up, they put me on that tight gurney. They're like, does anything hurt? And I'm like, yeah, the gurney. I'm like, the gurney hurts more than the injury itself. Like, if you guys let me up, you know, I can show you that I can walk, but wasn't hearing it. So they start wheeling me off. So, and this is the weirdest thing, and this is when I knew, you know, it's like season's over with, or, you know, my professional career may be over with. I'm rolling on the grass, and I hear the cheers, and I hear, wow, go Hobbs, you know, we got your back, man, this and that. But I knew exactly when the gurney left the grass to when that wheel made contact on the pavement to go underneath the tunnel. I heard the change. And as soon as it hit the tunnel, the whistle blew. And I said, they forgot about me. I say, I'm no longer cared about. Whatever prayer or whatever everybody was thinking about, it's actually transitioned back into the football game. And I don't know, it was 1st and 10. You know, Mike took the field, and I just, as I was rolling off, I was looking up in the sky. As soon as I heard the whistle, I just closed my eyes. I said, it's over.